Okay. Nigeria and Ghana, two Anglophone West African powerhouses, separated by two whole countries, but you'll never guess, due to their frequent and constant bickering over music, football, and even food. This begs the question, what could possibly have spurred such a rivalry, and what does it mean for West Africa? Chapter 1. Pre-colonial and colonial period. Early records show evidence of trade between nations dating back to the Ashanti and Yoruba, long before the British arrived, which formed the bedrock of economic relations. The colonial period served to increase the relationship as two of the most lucrative countries in West Africa under British control, thus triggering the slow start of the international migration between Ghana and Nigeria. Being one of the most civilized countries in Africa, Ghana had a large influx of migrants culminating in their independence in 1957. Records show that many of these migrants were undocumented and quite simply stowaways. To curb this, in 1969, the Ghanaian Prime Minister at the time, Kofi Abrefa-Bosea, issued an aliens compliance order following the economic crash of the 1966 coup and the fall in the price of cocoa, the country's main export, which forced Nigerians and other immigrants to leave the country. This move was particularly important for Nigerian immigrants who were expelled, as the Biafran War in Nigeria was ended, and despite the discovery of oil in 1958 Oloibiri, there was still much rebuilding to do. However, Nigeria soon entered an economic boom, and for the next 36 years experienced what many consider its golden age. This prosperity naturally brought many immigrants into the country, some of which in turn were Ghanaians, especially due to the political and economic instability in Ghana at the time. Many moved to Nigeria as it was seen as a land of milk and honey, a land where the prosperous and educated Nigerians had no one to do the lower-paying jobs. Prime for Ghanaians seeking an opportunity in a more stable country. However, much like the cocoa crash that hit Ghana, the oil crisis in 1982 occurred. Large oil consumers like Canada and the USA went into a recession and demand was low. This crash was devastating as the price of oil, which was $37 in 1980, fell to $29 in 1983. Food prices skyrocketed. Salaries, once more than enough, now seemed insufficient, and naturally, with resources low, a mentality of us versus them started to kick in. Aliens began to be blamed for the problems in the country. Increased levels of kidnapping, an alien was behind it. Corruption is rampant, an alien was behind it. A young Nigerian couldn't get a job. Of course, aliens had to go. In January 17, 1983, Shehu Shagari gave the order, and 2 million non-Nigerians were ordered to leave the country. Of these 2 million, half of this number were said to be Ghanaian, and those social unrests, pressure from the natives, or fear for their own lives, many Ghanaians chose to leave the country. This mass exodus required them to purchase bags that would survive the long journey home. Bags that were cheap and big enough, so approximately 1 million Ghanaians flooded the markets to buy the same bag. A bag with many names: Chinatown Tote, Guyanese Samsonite, or as all of Nigeria will come to call it, Ghana must go. But remember, these Ghanaians still had to cross 2 countries to make a home that was still unstable, with the then president, Jerry Rawlings, only just surviving a coup the previous year. Many of them had no money, no means of crossing, and to top it all off, Ghana closed its borders, prompting Togo to do the same to Benin. The Ghanaians couldn't go home and couldn't go back to Nigeria. They were stuck with no money, no way home, and no prospects. The exact number of people who died at this stage is unknown, but the scars left by the experience mark some Ghanaians till this day. Chapter 2. Older brother and younger brother. We see them